Not far from the coastline in Santa Cruz, it's Pasatiempo Golf Club, some 30 miles south of San Jose, the 74th Western Intercollegiate. In full swing, round number 2. San Diego State senior Puat Anupansubsai on the tee at 15. Coming off a bogey at 14. And he'll have a good look at birdie there. Well, we've seen one player go low today, Carson Lundell, a 4-under 66, the 74th Western Intercollegiate in full swing. San Jose State University playing host to the Western Intercollegiate, located about 30 miles from Pasatiempo Golf Club. This historic layout opened in 1929, designed by Alistair McKenzie. Last time we were here, the Stanford Cardinal captured the 2019 Western Intercollegiate Team Championship, their 11th win at this event, and they are the reigning men's Division I NCAA champions, picking up the 9th in program history. Pepperdine trying to make a run. Dylan Minotti on the Haskins watch list, trying to lead a charge. Pepperdine, a very deep, talented team, along with William Mao, a member of the U.S. Walker Cup team. A gorgeous day in Santa Cruz for second round coverage of the Western Intercollegiate. Proudly presents second round action of the Western Intercollegiate, presented by Titleist and Topgolf. Located just north of the coastline in Santa Cruz. What a gorgeous setting is the spectacular views set forth by Pasatiempo Golf Club, as some of the best in college golf will compete at the Western Intercollegiate. This par 70 plays just over 6,600 yards, but it has been a trying test for these young men this week and each and every year because of the green complex, and how you negotiate your way around the greens is a big factor as we take a look at the tournament format. It is presented by Titleist. 13 teams are in the field here this week. Arizona and UCLA forced to withdraw. 12 individuals competing, 54-hole stroke play. Each team counts the low 5 of 6 scores, and the individual medalist receives the blue Letterman jacket, first awarded in 2008. Bob Popper, Kurt Byram, and Kurt, BYU's Carson Lundell had himself a day, shooting a 4-under 66, including this birdie at 17.
And that was after a bogey at 16. He was really good right around the turn. Birdie at 8, eagle at 9, birdie 10.
And then how about San Diego State senior Puat Anupansubsai over at par 5, 13.
That was his third shot, and it was a beauty. That led to another birdie for him there at the par 5.
We talked about the depth of the Pepperdine team. Derek Kitchener is playing as an individual. His birdie putt at 14.
One of 6 players under par right now. So Coach Baird has got some tough decisions upcoming on that team. They're very deep.
And that gets him to 2 under, and now he is 4 off the lead with Lundell in the clubhouse, currently at 6 under. You've got to be exact on this golf course. Nate Stember of Oregon with a 1 under 69 today. We'll take a look at the team scores. Washington led after day 1. They were at even par, currently at +2. BYU is done for the day. They moved up a couple spots. They were even as a team today, currently in that 2nd spot. So glad you can join us for the Western Intercollegiate. Bob Popple along with Kurt Byram. Steve Burkowski calling the action. Billy Ray Brown out on the golf course. Let's go over to 15 and welcome in Steve Burkowski.
Hello there, Bob. Puat Anupansubsai, this for birdie at the short par 3.
Yeah, coming off that bogey at 14, near miss there at the birdie at 15.
So Puat will have to settle for par. We go over to 9, the par 5. Washington continuing to play well. This is Noah Woolsey. We've seen a lot of eagles out there at the 9 today, Kurt.
Yeah, if you drive it in the fairway, it's easily reachable by all these players in the field. You just have to hit a quality second shot, and everything slopes towards the middle of the green from that right side.
Even par 35 going out. Noah 1 under from one Washington Husky to another. This is Henry Lee. A little bit of trouble at the par for 11th. Hit a second over to the green. See if he can save his 4.
Typically over the green here at Pasatiempo is not a good spot. So a long putt for par. A lot of slope in these greens. Most of it is back to front.
So Henry's going to get back at least 1 as we jump ahead to 18.
All right, let's take a look at the 18th. And we take a look at Top Tracer technology powered by Top Golf. Tom Guillant of Oregon on the tee at 18.
172 to that front hole location. Good line. You're going to see a lot of balls back there. Now it should funnel back a little bit towards the hole, but he's a little unlucky, or is he? Don't want to be short. A lot of players going long.
Anupad Supsai on the tee at 16.
Yeah, popular choice of clubs from the players off the tee at 16. That's an iron. This is up the left-hand side. Dangerous hole location on this hole, and that is going to be in the rough, and that's going to make that second shot that much more difficult.
Sure is. In the rough, and a slight downhill lie as well.
Back at 15, Pepperdine's Derek Hitchner ready to go. 2 under, currently solo second, 4 back.
Only 141 to the hole. Very short hole, but that is a miss there. Not that tough.
Carson Lindell's day is done. A 4 under 66. He's got a 4-shot lead on the individual leaderboard at the Western Intercollegiate.
And as always, it's great to be joined by Kurt Byram. Kurt, you played in this event as a college student. Talk a little bit about the jockeying of position today, where you have guys starting to get in position for the individual, plus the teams trying to do their best to win this.
Well, it's important to be a good teammate and be supportive of the other guys on your team. But one of the best ways to do that is to go out and play some great golf. That's your job as a college golfer. Go out there and shoot as low as possible. That's the best way to help your team. As far as the individual part of that, same thing. Go out, play your game, shoot as low as possible, and then support your teammates afterwards. That's the most you can do.
As we saw on Monday, especially late in the day, this golf course creates a lot of challenges. What are the players facing today?
More of the same. There may even be a slight bit of change as far as how much wind there is. A little bit more wind, I think, today. Hole locations are tough again today, though, and that's the challenge here. The greens are very severe at Pasatiempo, so getting the ball close to the hole is a real challenge. Only 11 players broke par in round 1, and I expect mostly the same today.
One of those who did break par with a 69 on Monday, Puat Anupan Subsai, getting ready for a second at 16.
Yeah, from the left-hand side, Burko. It's very interesting, just what Kurt said, the severity of the greens, and that is going to be crucial to be able to position yourself, to give yourself, one, a makeable putt, but also to keep it up on the proper levels. And a perfect example here that's going to be for Puat, that whole location in that back left portion guarded by a huge slope just in front. If you do not get up that slope, it will definitely come back probably 60 to 70 feet all the way off the front of the green, and the one spot you don't want to be is long here. 155 yards for Puat. One of the few fairways he's missed this week, especially with iron off the tee here.
You can see that whole location perch on that back left shelf. See if you can get it all the way back there.
Yeah, this one just coming off the downhill just a bit. There's going to be some grass caught between the club face and the ball. Distance control is going to be critical here. He's taking a shot at this.
Now that bounds over the green, and there is out of bounds directly behind that green that can come into play. So you've got to be a bit careful if you're going to go all the way back there. Puat, a third-team All-America selection in 2020. In 2019, he won the Bill Cullum Invitational by 5 shots. One of those he beat, Clay Fagler, at 13 under par. So Puat is one of those guys, maybe doesn't get all the attention, but awfully talented.
Nate Menon has a birdie putt over at 12.
Pretty good second shot in there. He had it uphill going that direction. Here at Pasatiempo, you're always looking to try to keep it under the hole.
Back over to 15.
Derek Hitchner, see if he can save his par.
Pretty big mistake there, Burko, missing that with probably just a pitching wedge. Only 141 yards to the hole today, and if anything, there should have been some help there. So
yeah, he'll leave that green scratching his head, wondering how in the world he made 4.
Second shot for Noah Woolsey of Washington at the 10th.
Front hole location, coming out of that rough. Not easy to gauge exactly how far it's going to go. He did a pretty darn good job. There is some slope behind the hole. That should help hold it there.
Second shot for Kaito Onishi at 16, and Billy Ray much better position.
Much better position. Ball just above his feet. Trying to bring this in low and chase it up that ridge. And here's what we'll see a number of times today. You do not get up of that ridge. That ball is going to come all the way off the front of the green, back down almost to the primary cut of rough. I've seen it a number of times.
It's just a brutal green there at 16. Avoid that. May have caught a piece of a divot, and Shane French second on the way.
That ball needs to get up as well too. It's going to catch that ridge. It'll start to funnel back now. He hit that second shot, did French, a little bit heavy.
A lot of fear of going long, though. If you get long and over the back of this green, if you don't catch a really good lie, it's tough to get it up and down from back there. That may have helped knock it out of that divot.
Yeah, that might have helped Onishi just a little bit. Talked about the 18th green and all the slope and the speed. Tom Guillant of Oregon for birdie at 18.
Just going to ease it down there and hope it settles around the hole. But this is very nice, actually. Very, very well done.
Needed even higher than that, didn't we?
Over to 9.
R.J. Mankey from Pepperdine, this for birdie at the par 5. So that moves RJ to 1 under par. Helping out the waves just a little bit. 1 over 36 on his opening 9.
Mankey at 1 under, 5 off the lead of Carson Lindell of BYU. Lindell with a 4 under 66 today. Derek Hitchner on the golf course. Currently 4 back. Difficult scoring conditions because of the greens, and hit a fairway gives you a better opportunity. And we take a look at the team scores, and right now Washington maintaining that lead, 8 shots over Pepperdine at the Western Intercollegiate. Look at the lie of Pruitt on a Ponsoon Sai at 16.
And ball's sitting down here, but one thing he has going for him is it's on the upslope. There's going to be some grass get trapped between the club face and the ball here. So if you're not careful with this shot, potentially you'll catch that ridge and run off the front of the green. Oh, great touch there. Fabulous play right there.
And he protected there by hitting a good shot. He protected against going past the hole and potentially this right here. I was back there. I looked at it. There are some lies that aren't right back there. So you hit it just a little bit too hard past that hole location that we just saw, and it catches the slope, and he ends up off the green all the way down there, maybe even in the rough in front of the green at 16. And a lot of that depends on the lie. If that ball goes another couple yards, now you're on a downslope, and you catch a bad lie on the downslope, and it's a nightmare. So I threw it from back in those shadows, just behind the hole location back there, where you kind of get on a downhill. So if you caught a little flyer, got over the green, it's not any fun to try to pitch from back there.
Let's go over to 9, the par 5. Clay Fagler from Pepperdine hit 2 good shots to this point. Heck of a way to make the turn. Eagle 3 for Fagler. about that? Birdie at 8, eagle at 9.
Play more of the game you love and waive fees and tee time cancellation protection. Play a better game with daily tips and instruction from top tour pros like Rory McIlroy. Start your 7-day free trial today at golfpass.com/join. Over at the 10th, Noah Woolsey has a birdie putt.
Downhill, should be pretty quick. Oh my, went left the last couple feet there. Wow.
Boy, Kurt, that looked like it was getting ready to just turn a little right and feed right in.
I thought it was center cut.
Noah Woolsey, a winner of the 2019 Husky Invitational. Picked up a win at the Old Town Club Collegiate as well, Wake Forest's home event. And the Georgetown Intercollegiate as well.
Pretty good 2019 for Noah.
Yeah. Pretty good week there for Washington with 4 guys in the top 5. Shane French has a bogey putt here at 16.
When we saw his second shot come back down all the way off the green, tried to pitch it up to that ridge. It came back down once again. Now this for a bogey. The young freshman here has got a lot of talent. Passionate about his game, that's for sure.
Finished in a tie for 3rd at the 2015 drive chip and putt at Augusta. Kaito Inishi for his par. Take a look at some of the recent Pac-12 Freshmen of the Year, and how about that list, Kurt? Burko?
Pretty good. Morikawa, Rahm, Rogers, Cantlay. If you're the best newcomer in that conference, you're doing okay.
I'm telling you, that's some pretty big shoes to fill for Kaito there. And his putt, very makeable here. Coming slightly back up the hill, will move to his left once it starts losing some speed.
The 16th hole has taken a toll on a lot of players. Southern Cal players there played it 3 over.
And remember yesterday, USC played the last 3 holes in 8 over par. So they've struggled coming in this finishing stretch the last 2 days.
It's just such a severe green. It's really 2 levels. The front part of the green is unusable. And getting it in the correct position to have a decent look is so tough. That is a great up and down right there.
You got to be kidding me. That was very sporty there by Pruitt.
So he remains 5 off the lead as we take you over to the 9th.
One of the freshman standouts at Stanford, Carl Phillips, this for Eagle. Seen a lot of them, Kurt. Had said it before.
Yeah,
a lot of great looks.
You know, it's one of the few holes out here at Pasatiempo that you feel like I have to make birdie here. Maybe I make eagle at 9, but at the very least, I need to make birdie and make the turn with a little bit of momentum. Very few holes out here make you feel like you have a chance. Good front 9 for him.
Second shot for R.J. Menke coming up at 10. Kurt, you mentioned 9. What are the few holes that you view as, hey, these are ones that you really can be aggressive and attack and go get?
Well, both the par 5s. It's a par 70, so only 2 par 5s, which is 9 and 13. Those are holes you definitely have to take advantage of. How about this kick right here? This might go in. What a great shot that was from that right rough. But there just aren't a lot. And a lot of it depends, Bob, on the hole location that day. Some of these hole locations can be in what you would consider somewhat of a bowl. So you can use the ridges, you can use the slopes to get the ball close. But you have to be really precise. And, you know, this almost identical shots only a yard or two apart could end up 50 feet separated.
Go back to the green at 9. Joe Highsmith from Pepperdine. Lefty sizing this one up, and an intriguing spring for the Waves, Kurt. They had such a great fall campaign, one of the few programs that was able to compete in the fall. They won 3 of 4 events. They haven't won this spring, and you can argue they're the deepest team in the country, one of the deepest at the very least. Yet at this point of the season, if you're Michael Beard, as he told me, it's challenging to try to pair 8 or 9 guys down to 5 heading to the postseason.
It's amazing how deep they are. Great putt there by Highsmith. How do how is he going to make the decision? Because eventually he's got to whittle this down to 5 guys counting 4 scores. And it's going to be a really tough decision for him because he is 8 or 9 deep there at Pepperdine.
That was an eagle for Highsmith. We watch Anupan Subsai's tee shot at 17 down the right-hand side.
Yeah, going with driver. A lot of the players playing through it here, but who it's very aggressive.
We saw that yesterday.
That's the Onishi cart path.
Yep. Let's hope it kicked off of there.
That break right there is enormous.
Oh, man.
Because it could have traveled another 40, 50, maybe 100 yards down that path to the bridge.
Yep.
Moment to go at 9. Michael Thorbjornsen, another standout freshman at Stanford. This for Eagle. I wasn't lying when I was saying there were a lot of great chances here to make 3, and he does just that, helping the Cardinal.
Conrad Ray does such a great job recruiting there at Stanford.
Nice bounce back after the triple at 8 there by Michael. Washington had the lead after 18 holes. Still at the top at Pepperdine. Trying to charge in there. As we head over to 13. The other par 5, Kurt, that you were talking about. Long birdie putt here for Menon.
He's got a putt up and over the shoulder of that green that sticks out right there. This par 5, Burko, playing downwind. That's why the expectations are so high. Again, if you drive it in the fairway or you drive it down that right side and keep it out of the bunker in the left side of that fairway, you should be able to get either on the green or up around that green where you can get it up and down for birdie.
That was Nate Menon playing as an individual for Stanford. Now back to the green at 9. William Mao, the sophomore from Pepperdine, this for birdie. Boy, Pepperdine taking advantage of that par 5 9th. William Mao, though, a bit of a struggle. Surprisingly, it has been an indifferent 6 to 8 months for the first team All-America selection from a season ago. Pepperdine making a move now, 3 back of Washington. BYU in the house at 11 over. Second round action of the Western Intercollegiate.
We're back at the Western Intercollegiate, presented by Titleist. Look at the San Jose State Golf Complex, fully lit. Includes a full driving range, short game area, putting greens, and 100,000 square feet of space on the main tee. Here at Pasatiempo, Cameron Henry of USC, the junior from Los Gatos, Texas, finishing up with his par. And so far, despite Henry's score that he's disappointed with, was the shot of the Western Intercollegiate. His second shot at the par 4 17th yesterday.
Drove a low checking wedge in there. It was absolute perfection.
Let's go!
Yeah. Knowing right where the camera is.
What camera?
Nicely done.
Now over at 13, Nate Menon, see if he can save his par here at the par 5. Keep him at 1 under, and not what he was expecting to make off of that tee. As you said, downwind par 5. You better take advantage of him.
Over at 10, Stanford's Tlet Tulabayev has birdie putt.
One of the keys to playing well here is avoiding 3 putts. Be precise with your iron play and avoid 3 putting as much as possible. It's not easy to do.
Top Tracer technology powered by Topgolf will track the tee shot of Leon De Sousa of USC at 18.
There's a collection area right of the pin there at 18 today, so he was trying to get it over that, which he did.
Stanford's Henry Shimp for birdie at the 10th. San Diego State's Steve Sugimoto on the tee at 18. Heard of all the hole locations at 18. This was the one that some thought would at least give players a chance to make birdies.
I don't know. There's a penalty area short. It needs to get up. Okay. I think it's an easier hole location than yesterday for sure, but it's still, this actually may take some slope and get fairly close. Let's see if it picks up a little momentum. I think they're going to see a lot more pars with this hole location and maybe a few birdies. This is getting better all the time. Oh, there's a little slope right there. I thought it might get all the way down there, but good shot.
Steve Sugimoto, a senior from San Diego, California, winner of the Fujikura Invitational in 2020 with a 6-shot win over his teammate Zihao Jin. Play Fagler for his par at the 10th. Go over to 17.
Where Puit Anupan Subsai getting ready to play.
Well, he actually playing 17, but the ball's come to rest now just on the forward tee at the par 3 18th. So he's coming back up the hill, falls off the downslope. One advantage he has some green to work with, given that whole location on the left-hand side. Very fortunate we saw yesterday Kaito Inishi get it maybe 20 yards further down that slope.
Did Onishi give him a number, Billy Ray?
I was just thinking the same thing. This is no more than 50 yards here. Coming off this downslope, I think it'll be working in his favor here. Flights it down. This actually could be pretty good here if it catches a little check. That's fantastic there.
Pretty sporty recovery there by Puit.
Pepperdine's R.J. Mankey has this putt for birdie at 10.
Well, that's a heck of a second shot to get it close there at 10 today.
So birdie's at 9 and 10. He's at 2 under and 4 off the lead.
Up 1 to 11, the par 4 second shot here for Washington senior Noah Woolsey.
Really tough hole location in the back portion of the green today. That's going to work.
Might get just a little bit better for the Washington Huskies. 18-hole leader here at Pasatiempo, Alan Murray, continuing to put together a very nice program out there in Seattle. Won this tournament in 1999 and 2002, and a little bit of everything. A couple of freshmen, a sophomore, a senior, a grad student, you name it. Alan Murray has it on his roster this year.
Meanwhile, over at the 10th, Michael Thor Bjornsson, freshman from Stanford, his second.
Just a short iron off the side hill lie, so he can draw one in there. Yeah, this should be pretty good. I thought it might turn a little bit more towards the hole there, but it is getting better. Very nice.
Now At 17, Zihao Jin for birdie from just off the green.
Yeah, coming down the slope. He'll be watching, his teammate will, Anapen Subsai, and watching this putt. He's on the same line. Oh, easy. Once it gets past the hole, that little slope will take it an extra 2 to 3 feet.
William Mao playing his second into the 10th, currently at 4 over.
Yeah, a couple of doubles there on the front 9 really killed his score today. But trying to bounce back. Good second shot there. The greens are relatively firm.
William Mao will be part of the United States Walker Cup team. What a great honor for the sophomore from Pepperdine, with captain Nathaniel Crosby. And the Walker Cup is back in the U.S. and it'll be contested at Seminole Golf Club in Juno Beach, Florida. 10 of the best male amateur golfers from the United States face off against Great Britain, Ireland. Battle begins May 8th and 9th right here on Golf.
You know, that's just going to be a great course for that format.
I want to see him get some wind.
Yeah.
Great. Joe Highsmith of Pepperdine getting set to play his third at 10.
And Kurt, I want to circle back to that Pepperdine conversation where head coach Michael Beard's trying to figure out the 5 he's going to take into the postseason. And it's not always just about the score. It's a personality, a dynamic, how those 5 work together, and sometimes that gets overlooked.
It's a good point. You know, they've got to get along. There's no doubt about that. It's I think sometimes check out this right here. I was just going to start talking about this. Look at the scoring averages. There's not a lot of difference there, and it's really good. The scoring averages are very, very good on that team. Then you can go another 4 deep past those guys. It's no matter how you look at it, he's got a tough decision to make, and I don't know if it's going to be based on finishes. Highsmith, 5 top 10 finishes this season. He was the West Coast Conference Freshman of the Year 2 years ago. Do you do it by scoring average? Do you look ahead to Greyhawk and you say, okay, it's going to be 100 degrees when they play the NCAAs there? The score should be really good at Greyhawk. So you're going to look at that and say, I need guys that can go low.
First world problems for Beard to make, but it's at this point of the season where he needs to make it. He's going to have to make it.
So many quality players on that Pepperdine team.
Great creativity by Highsmith at 10. He'll have that to save his par. Menon second at 14.
Okay, good thing he was coming from the fairway. That green is definitely firmed up, but not a bad leave there. A little uphill.
Over par 4 17th.
See if Anapen Subsai can roll this in for birdie.
Yeah, this would be a fantastic birdie after where the tee shot ended up, coming down the hill. Yeah, still not too bad given the position off the tee, and still to walk away at 17 with a par.
So Puett remains 1 under, shares second, 5 off the lead of Carson Lundell from BYU.
Take it back over to the 10th. We saw the pitch shot by Joe Highsmith. Now some birdie putts coming up. William Mao first to go.
You know, one thing that we talked about it yesterday, and for people that may have just tuned in and first look at Pasatiempo, keep in mind this is a golf course that's only 6,600 yards long, and it's just phenomenal because of the greens being so tough. This golf course is still a real challenge for some of the best players in college golf right now. Did it again.
That little movement left.
Yep, that's the second time we've seen that putt do that.
And Burko, as Kurt mentioned, 6,615 yards when it opened in 1929. And Bobby Jones was invited to play. Alistair McKenzie designed the golf course. It hasn't changed much since 1929.
It's only about 100 yards longer now than it was all the way back then. And it just goes to show you, in this day and age of hitting at 350, that doesn't work so well out here, does it, Kurt?
No, I mean, it's just amazing to me that it can still hold up like that. You just have to, first of all, it still requires the ball in the fairway to really have control, because the second shots are so demanding into these par fours. And getting the ball up and down around the greens is tough.
And we just saw Pepperdine has caught Washington to tie them for the lead at 4 over. What we thought coming into this week, that Pepperdine is the best team in this field. Let's see them go out and perform, as many expect them to do, the rest of the way of this season. Let's go back to the 9th. Dylan Menanti from Pepperdine, short left. See if he can get up and down for his birdie.
Going to use that slope. This should come back.
Oh, yeah.
Might go in. Break.
Oh.
He knew what he was doing.
That's doing your homework a couple of days ago.
Stanford's Carl Phillips. Good look at birdie at 10.
Couple of pretty darn good freshmen there at Stanford to build your team around, isn't there?
Yeah, you think the future doesn't look pretty good there for head coach Conrad Ray? Jump ahead to 17. Derek Hitchner playing as an individual for Pepperdine. He's getting ready for his second shot.
Again, this is exactly what we're talking about. There are 5 players under par in this tournament right now. Hitchner's one of them, and he's playing in it as an individual, so his score won't count
for the team total,
towards the Pepperdine team total.
And a format this week where 6 play and the top 5 count.
Yeah,
that just summarizes everything we discussed about Pepperdine's depth. And that shot also summarizes being out of position just a little bit at Pasatiempo.
We saw that nifty third shot by Joe Highsmith of Pepperdine. He's great up and down for par there to remain even. Difficult par 4 11th is where we go next.
Yeah, Noah Woolsey from Washington had a great approach shot. This to get to 2 under. Finished second at the Duck Invitational earlier this spring. Stroke average of 71.81 for the Huskies. Let's jump up to 14.
Nate Menon, lengthy birdie putt.
No real fear speed-wise on this putt. Actually, a little uphill there at the end. So,
Kurt, would you say that's one of the more benign greens that you're going to face out here?
Without a doubt. It's relatively flat in terms of Pasatiempo greens.
But still work left for that par.
Back at 11, Stanford's Henry Schimpf getting ready to go.
Back right, all the way in the back part of that green. This second shot plays uphill, depending on how far you drove it, somewhere between 10 and 18 yards uphill. Probably about 10 or 12 yards uphill from where he drove it.
Anything on that back shelf's pretty well done.
Totally agree.
Now Derek Hitchner getting ready for a birdie here at 17. You like this little pitch shot just off the green, or would you go putter?
I think you have to pitch this one there, and for a number of reasons. One of them, there are some sprinkler heads right there that he probably would have to deal with if he putted it. Pitched right over the top of him. Saddle. But you're right, Burko. He was just slightly out of position off the tee. and then tried to get probably too much out of his second shot, and then he may pay the price.
Washington sophomore Peter Herbie has a birdie putt at the 12th. So Herbie with that birdie there gets him to even. Now Menon for his par at 14.
Henry Lee at 13. See if the Washington Husky can roll in a birdie here at the par 5. Still a little work left.
Zihao Jin on the tee at 18.
You know, there's been a lot of debate up here with head coach from San Diego State, Ryan Donovan, about where they want to try to land this ball. Breeze right now, just slight from right to left. This is 7-iron, 172 yards back downhill. Kurt, you already mentioned it, and you stand back on the tee here and you think, okay, you got to take enough club to get over the penalty area first.
Yeah, that's the first thought. This might actually, because of how high it is on the slope, this may end up pretty far down there.
He's got to catch that last little slope here.
It's not often that, you know, college players at this level can't aim at a flagstick, but you have to be smart, and this is one of those pins. I think you've got to be smart. You got to take short out of play 5 yards past the hole, and use that slope back there.
And up on Soup side next to play.
All right, we saw Jin choose 7-iron. And up on Soup side has got 8-iron here. Big high draw here. Aggressive line, Kurt, just right of the flag.
He is holding the finish. He likes it. Yeah, very nice.
And well should.
Yeah. Well, he's got good action. I
He
like
does.
that swing.
Really explodes in there. A lot of speed in that swing.
Back at 17, Hitchner. A lot of work remaining for his par. And to sort of button up that Pepperdine conversation, Kurt, you go back a year ago at this point in time, the college golf season was canceled due to the COVID-19 pandemic, but Pepperdine arguably was the very best team in the country, led by Sahith Theegala, who ultimately won the Fred Haskins Award presented by Stiefel. He turned pro, but the other 9 players are back, and so many from a national perspective thought, well, Sahith's gone. There go your chances. So Pepperdine really played the entire fall with a chip on their shoulder. They won 3 or 4 events. You wonder how long you can continue to play that way, as they've yet to pick up another team title here in the spring.
Well, one thing, a lot of the teams that weren't able to play in the fall, which were the Pac-12 teams, a lot of the competition that Pepperdine has is against those teams, and they're very strong out here on the West Coast. So that may be part of it, but a win here before NCAA somewhere would sure go a long way for Pepperdine.
Bogey at 17 for Hitchner. He drops back to even par. Carson Lundell off early, in early, 66 in the second round. He's got a 4-shot lead over R.J. Mankey from Pepperdine. Others trying to give chase on a picture-perfect Tuesday afternoon at Pasatiempo. On the team side of it, the Huskies. They're hanging in there. They get a 1-shot lead over Pepperdine. We're back with more from Santa Cruz, California, right after this. What a beautiful vista. Not too far down the road from Pasatiempo Golf Club in Santa Cruz, California. 74th Western Intercollegiate. So glad you could join us on a Tuesday. Some prime time golf as we go back after the action with R.J. Mankey, currently in second place. He's 2 under. He's 4 back, and he's got this long one for birdie at the par 4.
Boy, how good is that? He almost had to putt that up into the fringe going up that hill.
Washington's Noah Woolsey playing his second at 12. Currently at 1 under, 5 off the lead. Only 4 players now in red figures.
Back left hole location. Don't want to get too far left of it. There's some slope. I don't think that's going to be terrible there. It'll be a little bit quick going down there, but I don't think it'll be something he can't handle.
Barkley Brown of Stanford for birdie at the 10th. Barkley Brown hailing from England, and we talked about William Mao representing the United States at the 2021 Walker Cup. Barkley Brown will be part of that Great Britain-Ireland team with Stuart Wilson as the captain. May the 8th and 9th from Seminole right here on Golf. Tae-Hoon Song. His score only counts for the team.
And that's because he was disqualified yesterday. Shot 8 over par 78. His score wouldn't have impacted Washington's team total on day one. But when you're DQ'd, you can still play the rest of the way. But the impact is limited, shall we say, for the next 2 days for this young man. Learning experience for the freshman, as Alan Murray, their head coach, told me earlier today.
Signing an incorrect scorecard is not easy. That is not a good shot there, but you have to learn from it. Pay closer attention.
Rory McIlroy teams up with Peacock to bring you the all-new Golf Pass channel. Watch premier instruction and entertainment from the golf membership program, plus daily news from Golf Channel. Sign up at peacocktv.com and start watching now. Take you over to 11, the difficult 11th.
Henry Shimp from Stanford, the senior. He's got this for birdie. Good look there by Shimp. Let's go back a couple of years ago to 2019, the Stanford Cardinal at the Blessings in Arkansas, the national championships. They went off early on that final day. Weather in the area, taking on Cole Hammer and the Texas Longhorns. And in the end, yes, they did do it. Stanford Cardinal went back home with a national championship trophy in hand. And considering what we've all been through, they are still the reigning national champs nearly 2 years later. Isaiah Salinda, Brandon Wu leading that squad, the 9th national title in the program's history. See if they can defend it in about 5-6 weeks time at Grayhawk as we watch Clay Fagler from Pepperdine, this for par at 11.
And Burko was, I mean, we kind of thought going in that it was going to be Texas. It was an unlikely win for Stanford.
It was, and consider the fact the run they got in the spring. They won their last 5 events, including a victory here. They won Pac-12s, they won regionals, they won nationals. They got hot at the right time. Back down the fairway at 11. William Mao getting ready to go. Billy Ray's down there watching.
Burko, he's back in that fairway. It's just a difficult hole. The approach shot here at the par 4 11th. He's got 184 yards to go here. Ball just above his feet, has to carry the penalty area. The only way to really get it close is utilize that slope on the left-hand side. Direct line of the flag is not good at all, and the penalty area comes really in play on that right-hand side. Trying to work it in from the left.
Lower tier there, so not exactly what he was looking for. Big thing on this second shot here is just don't miss right over there. There is a penalty area, there's a bunker, and then a penalty area. So carve it in there if you can, but don't get crazy.
Carl Phillips from Stanford next up.
You got to think coming out of this slide, he's got to really be thinking left. This ball came out very nice, Burko. It's on the left-hand side there.
Maybe a little slope.
Maybe a little slope there.
This needs to settle down a little bit.
I mean, Kurt, we drove out here around the back 9 the other day. It's only 391 yards. I could argue this second shot is as demanding as you're ever going to find.
It is. Even the tee shot's a tough tee shot. You've got penalty area down that entire left side. You want to get it down there as far as you can so you have a shorter second shot. But it's a demanding little par 4.
Michael Thor Bjornsson, the other Stanford freshman, playing alongside Phillips. Very good friends. These two have known each other for a long time, Billy Ray.
Yes. And one thing about this hole, and Kurt mentioned it back at 18 about college players not being able to take dead aim like they can at 18. This is one definitely they have to be looking 30 to 40 feet left of the hole, because you sit back in the fairway and all you see is the bunkers in the penalty area. And that is about the direction there. That's really your only play.
Especially once you drive it in the rough. From the fairway, we've seen some guys get it in there close.
And that's a challenge for these young talented players to maybe aim 20, 30 feet away with a mid to short iron in their hands.
Very unusual, right, Billy Ray? I mean, they're on attack mode almost all the time.
You know, you have to learn. If they expect to play at the next level, you'll have to learn some patience at time. And you got to think now here with Highsmith playing. Y'all touched on it earlier. A little added pressure for these players from Pepperdine trying to solidify a spot on this team. You talk about their depth, so they not only the tournament pressure, but also internally trying to make sure they get on that starting 5 as well.
Really good shot by the lefty, able to bring it in from left to right.
High towering
in the fairway. That was the whole difference right there. Papa.
Never misses an opportunity. Nate Menon here at 15, trying to save his par. Pretty nice pitch after missing the green with his tee shot. Nice 3.
Up at 18. And up on Sue's side for birdie.
Just got to touch it. Can't be too aggressive. Very nice finish. What a great putt.
Shoots a 1 under 69 and in at 2 under. 4 off the lead of Carson Lundell of BYU, who played earlier today at 4 under 66. RJ Mankey on the golf course, he's at 2 under. Obviously difficult scoring conditions here at the 74th Western Intercollegiate. Washington and Pepperdine share the lead in the team board here in Santa Cruz. Welcome back to the Western Intercollegiate, presented by Topgolf. Western Intercollegiate hosted by San Jose State. So many great players on the men's and women's side representing San Jose State, including the great Ken Venturi, a champion of this event both in 1951 and 1953. Over at the 12th, third shot for Noah Woolsey of Washington.
Got back in his stance, going to try to chop down, get ball first. Did he make it? Good try.
Back 1 to 11, William Mao. It's a birdie putt, but it doesn't believe to be a putter, Billy Ray.
No, he's got a sandwich, that shoulder that comes in and play on the right-hand side. He's going to try to carry that. I can report to you, though, as well, that Carl Phillips missed his birdie attempt, but this is going to be exciting here. He's going to have to carry this ball probably 12 feet short of the flag and let it come to a complete stop, taking out the break. That was actually very good.
Probably didn't even bruise the grass. That's how good that action was.
It was an incredible strike, actually.
Not sure he could have got it much closer, Kurt, if he did putt it.
Yeah. Another look at taking it off the top of this grass on the putting green. Let's see here. Well, you can barely see where the club made contact. That is really well done.
I'm glad I didn't have to hit that shot, Kurt, because we'll be definitely replacing a big divot.
Yeah, too much shaft lean. If you make a mistake with too much shaft lean and you dig that leading edge in, you're going to take some turf. He did not.
He thought he made it. He said it, and that reaction backs it up.
Pepperdine's Derek Hitchner has made his way to the final hole, the par 3 18th. Top Tracer technology powered by Topgolf showed us the ball flight. Big winner of the Gary Woodland Under Armour champion back in 2017 for Derek Kitchener, part of that very talented Pepperdine team. Let's take you out to 11.
Got a couple of Stanford freshmen doing a little bit of work around that hole, Billy Ray.
I believe it will be Phillips next to for his par. Very quick coming down the hill. There is some break in there from left to right. You get a little racy here and a little too aggressive. You can run this 8 to 10 feet past really quickly. All right.
Nicely done by Phillips. He'll remain even par for the tournament.
Take it over to 14. Washington's Henry Lee for his par. Back over to the 11th.
Yeah, William Mao, a little bit of work left for his par. Be a one-putt par, wouldn't it, Billy Ray?
Well, no, not really. It's on the putting surface. You know, I've had to putt with my sandwich many a times now, but they do count that.
All right, just checking.
This would be a great up and down, though, well thought out, and just gets it started.
That's the trouble. Anytime you're above the hole here at Pasatiempo, you have to be so careful with the speed. It's tough to keep them on line.
First team All-America selection a year ago as a freshman. Go back to 2019. William Mao, the Thunderbird International Junior Champion. And look at some of those notable winners over the past 20 years. At Greyhawk, will be at Greyhawk in a month. So maybe William Mao will have some good vibes there next month. Joe Highsmith at 11.
I can't imagine any better second shots in here at the 11th. This does has a little turn from right to left.
Oh my.
Just powers it through the break now. He's actually further away now for his par than he was for his birdie.
These greens will test these young men. We've seen it each and every time we've been out here.
Yeah, we talked about it yesterday, though, and Kurt brought up a fantastic point. You know, there's just putts. You just have to let it bleed in here at Pasatiempo. We saw a number of 3-putts yesterday where players were just way too aggressive on greens that, one, have the slope, but also the speed to boot.
At a par for Thor Bjornsson. He'll remain a couple over after the eagle at 9, birdie at 10. Now Highsmith got to be scratching his head a little bit.
Yeah, you got to refocus. This is one of the golf courses you have to have, I always call amnesia. Forget about what happened on the previous shot. Buckle down. All right, not what he was looking for, but incredible second shot. Totally missed opportunity here for Highsmith.
10 pars and an eagle. Not a bad way to go around Pasatiempo. Now for bogey. A little bit of adventure for William. He drops one. Go up to 15, short par 3. Henry Lee from Washington, just 141 yards.
Got some slope behind this hole location over on the right side today, too. Again, that is with a wedge in your hand. That's a bad miss.
Carson Lundell went out earlier today at 4 under 66. He's in at 6 under. Puat Anupan Subsai actually shot 70. There was a correction in his score after making that birdie at 18, so he's at 1 under. And he is 5 off the lead. Here at the 74th playing of the Western Intercollegiate. Washington led after day 1. Right now they're tied up with Pepperdine at +4 here at Pasatiempo. Derek Hitchner for his birdie at 18. Thought it would feed back a little bit more to the right. It did not. So Hitchner with a par at 18 to 1 over 71.
Back at 13, the par 5, second for Washington's Noah Wolseley, senior. See if he can get it there. Long iron.
Setting up to hit a cut, which is perfect. Oh man, he blocked it out. I don't know. Even if it carries that right side, it'll be too much. That will be a tough up and down.
One of the great initiatives created over the past year or so, PGA Tour University applies to NCAA Division I players who complete a minimum of 4 years in college using the World Amateur Golf Rankings. The PGA Tour U rankings are based on the final 2 years of a player's college careers, and at the conclusion of the spring season, that's about 6 weeks away. Top 15 players will earn status under the PGA Tour umbrella. The top 5 will go directly to the Korn Ferry Tour 6 through 15. One of the ancillary tours under the PGA Tour umbrella. A wonderful opportunity, Kurt, for these young men when they turn professional to have somewhere to go play, and that's everything for them.
Incredible, but I think, you know, finally they looked at it and they said, okay, we've got guys like Morikawa, Hovland, Wolf. They're coming out of college. They're ready to play, and they're really good. Let's give them a chance, and that Korn Ferry Tour is a perfect spot for them to land and play the rest of the season on after they've completed their 4 years of college golf.
Back at the 12th. Joe Highsmith of Pepperdine, his second at the 12th.
Yeah, 113 yards left for his second there. Very well done, especially he saw 2 previous shots that went over the green.
A good approach shot at 11 as well.
Everybody's chasing Carson Lundell of BYU, who shot a 4 under 66 earlier today. He's in at 6 under and the lead in the individual competition.
Golf for being a part of our coverage this week, helping us bring it to you from Pasatiempo. Henry Lee, that was for par at 15. His teammate, Washington Husky, Noah Wolseley. See what he can do from this greenside bunker.
A little downslope if he goes in line with the flag where it's going to land. Tough to stop it.
Over at the 12th, William Mao with a birdie putt.
Yeah, very difficult read here. It's first 3/4 of the putt is actually back up the hill. Then there's a slope just to the right and really starts to turn hard left and pick up speed. I just never got over that ridge.
Hey golfers, you can book around anytime in seconds at the #1 place to book tee times. Just download the free Golf Now app or visit golfnow.com today. Go play. What a wonderful place to play, Pasatiempo Golf Club.
What do you want, man? What do you want, man? 1 hour.
So after hitting a wonderful shot into 11 and not cashing in, and now a beautiful shot into 12. Let's see if Joe Highsmith can make that birdie.
Well, I can tell you this putt is much easier than the putt he had back at the 11th. Really didn't have to be concerned with the overall speed here. It does have some movement from right to left. Just gets it in there. Never easy here.
Beautiful. Welcome back to the Western Intercollegiate, presented by Topgolf. The Western Intercollegiate created in 1947 to give collegiate players an opportunity to compete during spring break. 74 years of great tradition.
It has certainly lasted the test of time. One of the great venues in all of college golf is Noah Woosley from Washington. He rolls that one in. Nice up and down for birdie at 13. Gets him to 2 under. Not sure if anyone's going to catch Lundell after that 66 this morning, Kurt.
No. The later they go, the little bumpier the greens get here.
Take a look at some of the recent team champs of the Western Intercollegiate. Cal, that juggernaut in 2013. Michael Kim, Max Homa, Brandon Hagee. Year later, the Stanford Cardinal. Maverick McNeely up there, Patrick Rogers. Then 2015, Hook'em Horns, Texas taking home the team title. Doug Gim, Bo Hostler on that squad. And 2016, the Cardinal doing it again. Maverick McNeely leaving with that blue Letterman jacket. And then in 2017, USC, the men of Troy, picking up the top honors. And how about North Carolina, traveling all the way across the country? They went back home with a little bit of hardware in 2018. A couple of years ago, the most recent point of this tournament, Stanford, another win. The Cardinals sort of making this not only a regular visit, but a regular chance to pick up a tournament title. And they're in the mix again. They've moved up to 3rd, trying to catch Washington. Pepperdine right there as well, the top 3. BYU in the house at 11 overs. We go out to 13. RJ Mankey getting ready to go.
Somewhere middle of the greens, a really good shot here. That is going to miss wide left. He will have some green to work with for that 3rd.
Better than what we saw Woosley in that greenside bunker. Take a look at RJ Mankey, his time at Pepperdine in 2018. He won the Alistair McKenzie Invitational, a 4-shot win over Colin Morikawa, who played here a couple of years ago, now a major champ. One of the top 10 players in the world. And in 2019, the West Coast Conference Championship. Mankey taking home top honors there as well. Again, just speaking to the depth that the Waves have and have had for several years now. Tee at 13, Joe Highsmith. Going to give it a rep, Billy Ray.
Yeah, he'll leave nothing in the bag here. Helping Breeze here at the par 5. Put it in the fairway here. Definitely with Highsmith's length, he can get home in this par 5 and 2. Fairway slopes from right to left. So you get it moving that direction. You can pick up a few more yards. That ball's going to chase out nicely there.
Going to avoid that bunker too, which is very important if you want to knock it on there in 2.
Yeah, that bunker's just over 300 yards away too.
Good visual. See if William Mao can follow suit.
Yeah, I just spoke with William Mao coming off the green there at the 12th, and he said, I got a lot more birdies left in me today, so this is a great opportunity.
See those stakes. Got a penalty area down the left-hand side. Might have caught The bunker short of that. Got to pick your moments, so Billy Ray. In these last 6 holes, you're going to make birdies.
Well, all indication that ball's going to be okay there. It's going to be in between that bunker, I believe, and the penalty area.
Michael Thorbjornsen from Stanford next to go.
Like the width in his swing here. He's got a big, long back swing. Maintains that width through the hitting zone. He can actually bomb it.
Sit.
Yeah, there is OB up there on the right.
I'll get really lucky.
Asking for it to get lucky.
Oh, come back. There's some slope.
It's rolling down that path.
Yeah, it's going to stay in
Well, there's
bounds.
the
Kurt's
stake,
gonna
and it came back in.
Actually, just narrowly missed me up that right-hand side.
Oh, we take those.
Big break there for Thorbjornsen. Now Carl Phillips. Look at Phillips, 3 under on the day, trying to get another one, Billy Ray.
He'll definitely try to work this ball off the tee from right to left. That was a big swing, too, up the left.
Oh, hold. Pick straight.
Oh, just
it
narrowly
did.
misses that bunker. That is a long tee shot. All is good now for Phillips.
A little begging paid off.
You're better off than
Up at 18, UTEP senior Santiago Castilla on the tee.
He's trying to play a little cut in there. This might catch the slope and end up all right. We only really seen one ball close to the hole. That was Anasun Sensupzai.
And take a look at the UTEP minors, and athletic director Jim Center competed here at the Western Intercollegiate in 2019, finished 11th that year. A couple seniors on the squad, including Castilla, who we saw the tee shot at 18. Paul Stankowski, one of the alums who played his college golf with the minors. Washington leads the way in the team competition by a shot here at the 74th Western Intercollegiate.
We're back at 13, the par 5, third for Pepperdine's R.J. Mankey.
All right, good shot.
UTEP's Santiago Castilla for birdie at 18. From that spot, everyone expects it to feed back to the right, and it never does.
No, it's a tough putt. I mean, it's so quick too, so they have to hit it pretty softly.
Colorado State's A.J. Ott, a senior from Fort Collins, leads the team in scoring average. Opened the year with a couple of individual title wins.
Good drive, just a short iron, and he takes advantage of that. Good second shot in there.
And a really nice tribute for Colorado State. The golf bag of A.J. Ott. You see right there, it acknowledges Sergeant First Class Charles W. Williamson, served in the U.S. Army, was in Desert Storm. And today he helps disabled vets. His daughter goes to Colorado State. So what a wonderful tribute by A.J. Ott and all the Colorado State Rams. That bag in normal non-COVID times goes to the top performer from the week before. So hats off to all of them. And that idea belongs to the head coach, Kristen Newton. And I think it is a wonderful idea. Notable golf alum Martin Laird, proud Colorado State Ram. See if one of these guys maybe can join him out on the PGA Tour in years to come. How about that? A couple of back-to-back individual titles to start the spring season for A.J. Ott. Bob, you mentioned it, 70.42, leading the team in scoring average. Talented young man here.
And he returned to Colorado State for a 5th year due to COVID-19.
Yep, the NCAA giving that blanket waiver, and a lot of players taking advantage. Back 1-13, Galet Tulabayev. Stanford Cardinal. See if he can roll this one in for birdie. And Kurt, you consider what they lost from that team 2 years ago that won a national championship, that won here. Brandon Wu, Isaiah Salinda, both playing professional golf, and Conrad Ray seemingly doesn't miss a beat, but consider the fact that the Pac-12, one of those conferences that didn't play in the fall. So when you've got the newcomers or guys looking to get better, he told me earlier, you know, it was a missed opportunity when you compare it to other programs that did play in the fall.
And no matter how good your incoming freshmen are, you want to get them that experience right out of the gate in the fall so that you can kind of get them to the point where if you develop into that team and you head to the NCAAs, you might have a chance, which is exactly what happened a couple years ago when they won it.
And they brought those freshmen in, Thor Bjornsson and Phillips, and as Conrad Ray shared, it's a transition. Doesn't matter how good you are in junior golf. You go to Stanford, that academic load and requirements are through the roof. And, you know, it was maybe a blessing in that respect that they could sort of get the educational part underneath them, but still got to play golf, shake off that rust. Mankey trying to get up and down for birdie. He'll lead with a par 5 here at 13. And that's where you give a little credit to Washington as well. Another Pac-12 team that didn't play collectively as a group for their university in almost a year's time.
Well, they should be ahead on schoolwork.
That's what the coaches are hoping.
You would hope.
Just 5 players under par here halfway through day 2 of the Western Intercollegiate, and scoring conditions couldn't get much better than what these young men have had for the last couple of days.
There's some breeze, but temperatures are up a little bit over yesterday, so kind of 63, maybe up to 64 degrees. Perfect out there. The golf course is firm.
It is.
It's not, the greens are getting bouncy in spots.
Fagler for birdie. Pours that one in. So another stroke to the good for the Pepperdine Waves. And that green will open up at 13, and Joe Highsmith will get ready to go. Head coach Michael Beard there, and with that birdie by Fagler, Pepperdine now leading the way. 3 over par, 1 shot advantage over Washington.
No. Okay. All right. And I think with this one, this could almost be a little bit much. But if it trickles into the back bunker, it'll hit no shot here. Just left it again. Just feed it a little bit of right side. Yep.
And a lot of discussion there.
Like
Whether
sexy.
you want to leave the shot.
No, this is good.
I'm saying the miss here is that back bunker. Kurt, he's got 241 total, 211 to the front of the green. That's helping right now, this breeze.
I think the main thing here is that, just don't make the big mistake to the right over there. Give yourself a chance. Put it in the middle of the green if you can. And off this side hill lie, Billy Ray, just play a shot that you're confident in. Just put it in the middle of the green.
Yeah, I think he can, with this ball, just below his feet here, aim at the flag and let it bleed just to the left. That's exactly what he's bleeding out to the left.
Yeah, settle a little bit. Very, very well done.
Let's see if A.J. Ott can cash in the birdie at 14.
Just a little slow right at the end. Misread it.
Thor Bjornsson getting ready to go at 13.
Yeah, very fortunate off the tee to keep this ball in play. The out of bounds is about 5 feet to his right. There's some big trees up the right-hand side that's going to enable him to try to just punch it up there down to the left.
Carry those bunkers that are well short of the green and let it kind of run up into the middle, hopefully.
Pepperdine just absolutely nailed this. This is a low bullet. This is actually going to probably catch and chase up quite a bit here, Kurt.
Oh boy, that probably ended up on a little bit of a downslope, which is going to make that next shot way more difficult.
He's not going to be able to see it with that rangefinder, but when he gets up there, he might be a bit surprised to see where that one ended up. Now William Mao.
And he also very fortunate off the tee to miss the penalty area to his left and also the bunker. So he's looking at just 225 yards now. With Pepperdine with the lead right now, they can actually add to the lead.
Great shot by Mao, but right now, at this moment, not a counting score. That could change, though, if he rolls that in for eagle. Now Phillips.
226 yards just off the downslope here.
No.
Kurt, he's done exactly what you said. Missing the green up to the right, catches the side of the green there and kicks way hard to the right.
Make it tough to get up and down. A lot depends on how good his lie is.
Carl Phillips, the Stanford freshman, he's 3 under on the day, trying to move up the first page of the leaderboard. Carson Lundell from BYU off early this morning, shoots 4 under 66. He's got a 4-shot advantage, but still plenty of holes remaining for those on the back 9 to make a bit of a move. Team competition, Pepperdine now a 2-shot lead here in the second round of the Western Intercollegiate.
Such a great list of past champions at the Western Intercollegiate. Our colleague Peter Jacobson, a winner in 1974. Aaron Oberholzer, our colleague here at Golf Channel, wins in 1996. Jordan Spieth, team championship in 2012. Steve Stricker representing the Illini here at the Western Intercollegiate, presented by Titleist. This venue also hosted the 1986 U.S. Women's Amateur, won by our colleague at Golf Channel, Kay Cockrell. A 9-7 win for Kay.
A lot of success for our colleagues out here at Pasatiempo. The silver anniversary for Aaron's win in 1996 as we watched Noah Woolsey here at the par 3 15th, and Aaron joined Conrad Ray on his radio show last night. He was a one-answer machine.
I heard he chewed up 20 minutes on the first question.
Good shot by Noah.
Second shot for R.J. Mankey at 14.
Gonna be tough coming out of this rough just to keep it on the green if it lands on the green. Settle in there. Wow, that came out soft. Good shot.
How about this for Thor Bjornsson at 13?
Man, ball has come to rest in the back of the bunker. Awkward stance just to get it on the putting surface is going to be really good. And to get it out, that should come back maybe a little bit off the slope. It doesn't, but that's still a very, very good shot there for Thor Bjornsson.
Another look. He had to set up just all that weight on that front foot and then just get steep. I don't think he could have done any better than that, really.
I agree.
Clay Fagler, Pepperdine, his second shot at 14.
Been putting the ball really well today, so all he needs to really do is get it on the green within 20 feet of the hole. That's not 20 feet.
It's 20 times 2.
Yeah.
Pepperdine started the day 4 off the lead of Washington. They've moved into the top spot here at the Western Intercollegiate.
Back at the par 5 13th, Pepperdine Jr. Joe Highsmith, this for eagle.
Coming off this slope here, it's going to move from left to right. He's got a great chance here. And he's played a solid round up at this point, that's for sure, has Highsmith.
3 under through 12. That short one remaining to go 4 under on the day. Up at 15, Washington's Noah Woolsey. As for birdie. He's right there, Kurt.
He is. He's playing some great golf. After those wins that he had, I have a lot of confidence.
So that short one remaining to keep him at 2 under.
Lengthy birdie putt for Clay Fagler at 14. 4 under over his last 6. Currently 8 off the lead.
Well, he's hit some really good putts, but that wasn't one of them. He really misjudged the speed there.
'18 Royal Oaks Intercollegiate. Co-medalists, 3 of them. Victor Hovland, Matthew Wolff, Clay Fagler. 2 of those guys already on the PGA Tour. A couple of wins under their belts, and maybe Fagler joins them a couple of years from now.
Carl Phillips, the freshman from Perth, Australia, for his par here at 13. And he'll remain even and 6 off the lead. Let's check out the Titleist yearbook and hear what Brandon Wu has to say about his days at Stanford.
I think just being part of a team, I think that's such a unique experience, especially in our sport of golf. But yeah, just being with my teammates. But I think it's hard to beat winning the national championship, especially it being my last year, my last go at it. So that was definitely a memory that'll stick around for a while.
Brandon Wu, a big part of that Stanford Cardinal program for 4 years. And as he said, ending with a national championship. This young man trying to do the same for the Cardinal. The freshman Thor Bjornsson has to settle for par at 13. But fortunate where the tee shot ended up. It could have been worse. Could have been out of bounds.
Could have. Could have landed on that cart path a little harder.
Well, they play ready golf in college golf, and Joe Highsmith on the tee at 14.
Well, just trying to find the fairway here. Hole location pretty gettable here. That was less than driver off the tee.
Going to stay down in that swale down there. Could be a blind second shot.
Yeah, it's going to make it much more difficult from that vantage point for Highsmith.
RJ Mankey for his birdie up at the green at 14. What a great roll. That was to pull within 3 of the lead. Carson Lundell of BYU shot a 4 under 66 earlier today, and he's got a 4-shot lead. Difficult scoring conditions, although the weather is perfect and not a lot of wind, but these greens, they can wreak havoc. In the team competition, Pepperdine has moved out in front. They've got a 3-shot lead over Washington at the Western Intercollegiate. Back at 14, Pepperdine's Clay Fagler for his par.
Yeah, he got a nice read from his teammate when it went by the hole earlier. So good putt there. Good save.
Washington now doing a little bit of chasing. See if Peter Herbie can help the cause here at 17.
Come on, be good.
We asked for it to be good. It was.
Over on the tee at 15, Tulabayev is ready to go. 141 yards today.
See, the winds even died down a little bit from what it was earlier today. So this is very doable right here. Pitching wedge, maybe chip a 9.
comes up a little short at 15. Time to check out Extra Something on the course, presented by Farmers Insurance. And Burko, one of the things that Tulabayev and these players on Stanford have done a lot of is winning.
They certainly have, and that experience from a couple years ago, Dillette might be able to pass on to those two freshmen as we keep it right here with his teammate Henry Shimp. Hear that green, Kurt? Just they're getting firmer.
Yes, they are. Poana's starting to dry out a little bit.
Jump up to 17. Our first look at Washington senior Jan Schneider, his second at the par 4.
Should be able to control this with some spin coming from the fairway. He does.
Go back a couple of years ago, 2019, Jan took home the title at the Husky Invitational. 4-way tie at the top. But in college golf, they all get credit for an individual victory. So Jan will have that trophy on display back home. Now at 15, RJ Mankey.
Oh, there you go. That's underneath the hole as well, so that next one will be a lot easier.
Let's take you over to 14 and
keep your feet out to the left and right just a little. You'd have to carry at 45 over today. What you can do. It'd be like
hitting a chip cut.
Okay. The P-dub would be like the one you did on the left. I like this little sucker in there.
And now Highsmith here. Might want to rethink Kurt. Club he plays off this tee. He's got a long second here. 164 yards off the upslope. I think he's going to be forced to go out to the left.
Said he was going to play a little chip cut, so he took more club and he's trying to take something off of it.
Yeah, he's played it just out short of the hole. I think that's a very smart play right there. Coach Beard was right on the call with him there.
Noah Woolsey of Washington, his second shot at 16.
Boy, tough coming out of that rough. Where is this going? Settle in there now. Oh, just that lie and everything. That'll be really tough. Plus, it looked like it sat down in the rough. So he does have some green to work with from that angle.
Back at 14, Carl Phillips getting set to play. You know, we talked about the great history of Pasatiempo. The great Julie Inkster grew up right off that 14th fairway and worked here at Pasatiempo.
Totally different mindset here for Phillips. 107 yards. Looking right down the barrel of the flagstick here. Yeah, ordinary from that distance right there for Phillips.
Going to give Highsmith a read, too.
So we'll keep it right here at 14. Next to play, Michael Theo Bornson.
Yeah, really impressed with him, Bob. And this is one of the longest tees shots that I've seen here at the 14th by Thor Bjornsson here. He's just got a little pitch. He's only got 94 yards left. One of these swings where he just got a lot of speed. When he's on, he matches up the body rotation with his arm swing. Very powerful, but also he's got a pretty good short game as well.
Just a couple short of it at that tree.
Well, with this club right here, just a little sand wedge, he knows he's going to have some spin on it. You can attack a little bit more on this flagstick. Plus, this look from behind, you can see he's got a nice angle. No issues here. This should just be 100% green light.
Yeah, if he misses just a bit to the right, though, hole high, there's a slope there that kind of runs away from the player. I think you still want to try to enter this flagstick on the left-hand side. Nice strike there.
That's just fine.
Yeah.
It's actually slightly uphill from there, that putt, so he's in good shape.
Now the freshman, Stanford, they're currently in the 3rd position in the team competition. Carson Lundell of BYU with that 66 earlier today has a 4-shot lead on the individual leaderboard. In the 74th playing of the Western Intercollegiate from Pasatiempo in Santa Cruz, California, and Pepperdine started the day 4 off the lead. They now lead by 3.
We're back at 17. Washington's Peter Herby has this for birdie. His teammate Jan Schneider's already missed his birdie putt. And that gets Herby back to even par.
Carl Phillips with his birdie putt at 14.
Slightly actually coming up the ridge, then the last half of the putt's going to go downhill and to the left. There's a ridge to his right that will be the influence of the putt. Oh, just in the last couple rolls. I think that's a fantastic way to putt these greens, Kurt. Just the last couple rolls so you don't leave yourself that 4- and 5-footer.
Yeah.
What a performance today by Carl Phillips. And some of the notable champions of the Southern Amateur. Carl Phillips, a winner in 2017, and joining the likes of Webb Simpson, Justin Leonard, Ben Crenshaw, our own Lanny Watkins, Hubert Green, Gabe Brewer, and Bobby Jones. That is an impressive list. Now, Highsmith for birdie at 14.
We got a pretty good read of the break at the end of the putt from Phillips. Just needed some more speed.
I do agree with you, though, Billy Ray. Most of the really good Poana green putters that I've known through the years are die putters, and they just don't want to run it by 4 or 5 feet and have those kind of putts coming back on Poana. So they've all been good lag putters, good die putters, even from 15, 18 feet.
Over at 15, Dalet Tulabayev, we saw his tee shot at the par 3 end up in the greenside bunker. Kurt, it was buried, so he's making a bit of a mess of this to escape with just dropping a single shot.
One of the things these guys will get better and better at is distance control with their short irons. Those scoring clubs have to be on.
Over at 16, Noah Woolsey has this for par. Remember, his second shot went over the back part of the green.
I think he hit a good putt. He just misread it a little bit. Maybe hit it a little too hard. And that's what that 3-4 footer coming back is not what you want to see all day long.
Yeah, I mean, he's not done.
No.
RJ Mankey at 15. He's got this short one. Trying to get the 3 under. Leaving the flag stick in. You like that?
I'm not sure I do with these flag sticks. With the PGA Tour flag stick, which they use the same one every week in and week out, I don't mind it, but I'm not sure about this one.
These are pretty sturdy.
They're sturdy.
It worked. He's now 3 back as we take a look at the Pepperdine Waves team capsule. Steve Potts, the athletic director there, very influential, getting us out to cover the Southwestern earlier in January at North Ranch. We thank him for that. Michael Beard, the head coach, and one of the best teams in the country right here. I've been bullish on them for 18 months, Kurt, and I'm not going to waver. I just want to see who that starting 5 is going to be moving forward.
Going to be interesting, isn't it?
Back to the tee at 15. Carl Phillips now 4 under on the day, Billy Ray.
Yeah, it's been quite impressive up to this point here. Now this par 3 that measures 141 yards. Carlos moving over to the left-hand side of the tee box, creating just a bit of an angle here with that whole location on that right-hand side. Wind from the right. Just a pitching wedge there. Trying to work this ball in from the right. Pretty good line here.
Go in.
Ooh.
Took a peek. Wow.
Yeah.
Almost went to 6 under in a hurry. One hop and then quick left-hand turn.
Noah Woolsey for his bogey at 16.
Now Highsmith at 15.
He as well has gone to the left-hand side of the tee box, and he will definitely work this ball in with a little draw, trying to flight it down, hanging out to the left.
Let's see, he was definitely out in front of that one.
Over at 16, imperative to hit the fairway.
Sounded like it might have been a little high on the face, but this is a very short par 4. All you got to do is get it over that hill. It'll run down, and that's in great shape right there. Pretty far down the hill. Should just be a wedge of some kind for his next shot.
He'll be playing from the fairway, which certainly helps. Gorgeous setting here at Pasatiempo Golf Club for the 74th playing of the Western Intercollegiate, presented by Titleist.
We're back at the Western Intercollegiate, hosted by San Jose State University, presented by Topgolf. 74th edition of this tournament. That man right there, John Rice, former head coach at Northern Kentucky and Cincinnati, highly regarded rules official, a member of the GCAA Hall of Fame, and has been a fixture on the first tee for nearly 3 decades. And John, you certainly have made it memorable through the years. Great to see you out here this week.
Meanwhile, at 18, Henry Lee playing his 3rd shot.
Bump it into the slope here. Boy, excellent shot from down there, especially from the rough. In the shortcut, it's a little bit easier.
Take a look at the 2 wins for Henry Lee, sharing medal honors with Noah Woolsey at the Georgetown Intercollegiate, and also sharing a win at the Arizona Intercollegiate 2020. Let's take it back over to 15.
It looks like one of the Stanford freshmen going to go first, Michael Thorbjornsen.
Yeah, he will be first, Burko, and this is a very difficult 2-putt from this section of the green. Coming up and over that slope, turning back to the right. And this player here possesses a lot of power off the tee, but I've been really, really impressed with the way he handles himself around the green. He's got a fantastic touch.
Just that uncomfortable length remaining for Thorbjornsen in his first year at Stanford. But the name might ring a bell. Go back to 2016, 5 years ago at Augusta National Golf Club. The drive, chip and putt national finals. And yeah, there he was, just a young teenager then. Michael Thorbjornsen making it all the way to Augusta on that Sunday. One of a memorable experience for him, and just a tribute to the initiatives by Augusta National Golf Club and all those involved to open the doors for these young men and women. And now we're a few years deep into it. We're seeing the transition to the next level. And Thorbjornsen, one of the top recruits in the country, picking Stanford as his college home. And all started 5 years ago. It was Highsmith birdie putt on the way at 15.
Yeah, almost an identical line to Thorbjornsen there. And it's been steady as she goes today for Highsmith.
Up to 17. Washington's Taehoon Song, his second at the par 4. Right over the top of the flagstick with that one. He'll have that remaining for birdie. Let's go up to 18.
Washington's Teddy Lynn has this putt for par at 18. Washington as a team in day one shot even. And they have the lead, but they have fallen out of the top spot. Teddy Lynn finishes with a 4 over 74 as we go back to 17.
Washington's Noah Woolsey getting ready to go and coming out of the left-hand rough, Kurt.
Makes it a little more difficult.
Yeah. Like that, you get the confident swing.
Yeah. A lot of slope on this green at 17 to the right and kind of toward the front right. So it'll be tough to keep it up there on that left side where it's cut today.
And there's that slope.
Pepperdine's R.J. Mankey second into 16.
That short iron, probably just a wedge in there, just trying to get it to the top, and he made a mistake. This is coming all the way back off the front of the green, I believe. And all the way.
Kurt, there have been, between yesterday and today, there have been so many misses like that. You got to hope you don't wind up in a divot.
Yeah, you can see a bunch of them down there to 15.
Phillips, another birdie at 15. 5 under on the day, 2 under for the tournament. And what a charge this young man is putting together here in the second round.
I mean, it's mostly, right? Yeah.
Washington's Peter Herby.
I was just trying to hit it almost like tried to line it in that shadow.
One of the few players in red figures. Herby, a sophomore, and we'll watch his tee shot to that front hole location here at 18. And Top Tracer technology powered by Top Golf will show us the way.
Herby's coming off a birdie at 17, trying to make another good swing to finish his day here. Yeah, he just wanted to take that false front out, and he did. It's where about probably 80% of the tee shots have ended up somewhere in that part of the green.
Carl Phillips so far has the round of the day. He's 5 under on his round, 4 off the lead. On the tee at 16.
Yeah, going with the less than driver.
Some kind of hybrid.
Right down the center of the fairway. Fantastic rhythm in the swing right now, Kurt.
He is swinging it well. He's in great shape again. Still going to tumble down the hill a little bit more.
Washington senior Jan Snyder 1 under on his round today on the tee at 18. Top Tracer technology powered by Top Golf.
Again, 172, but it plays downhill about 7 yards. They just don't want to take any chances there. If you hit 8 iron, you don't flush it. You know, you catch that false front. Now you've got a tough chip.
Michael Thorbjornsen on the tee at 16.
Going with an iron too. He likes hitting these irons off the tee, and he flights them down, traps it well against the ground here. Hit one beautiful back at the par 5 13th. I'm assuming he will try the same shot here and try to chase it up this slope.
Yeah, right in that little saddle on the left there between the rough and the top of the mound.
You know, dialed in right now, Kurt.
He sure is. He hit exactly the shot he was trying to hit, and this is going to tumble well down the hill. That'll be a short iron, just maybe even some kind of wedge.
Joe Highsmith with an iron off the tee as well.
Really flights this one down here. This is up the right-hand side.
He's not in love with that one, and he shouldn't be. That's right rough BR, and that will present some challenges from there.
R.J. Mankey for his par at 16.
Remember, his ball came back off the green, so he pitched to the top level there and not able to say par, and still close to 3 feet coming back.
Over at 17, Noah Woolsey from Washington. A little bit of work remaining for his par to stay at 1 under for the week.
Eight guys under par right now on a perfect afternoon.
Needed it all to keep that at 8 guys. 1 under, 5 back.
Well, make sure you join us for final round action from Santa Cruz, California, as the Western Intercollegiate, presented by Titleist and Topgolf, continues tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern. Will we see high drama like we saw the last time we were here? A 5-hole playoff for the individual? Clay Fagler at 16 for his par.
Mankey likes keeping that flag stick in. We saw it at 15.
Kurt, that's one of those unforced errors when you get mission accomplished and you hit the ball onto the fairway at 16. You just can't make that mistake because you're most likely walking away with bogey.
Yeah, again, though, you just have to be more confident that you have better distance control with those scoring clubs. You know, the wedges, 9 irons, 8 irons, and that's a big mistake coming up short like that.
Playing his second into 16.
Yeah, total guesswork here from Mao coming out of the rough, ball sitting down 163 yards. If he's able to get it on that proper level in that back, it's a fantastic shot. Trying to chase it up the slope, and it's going to come back now.
They're so afraid of going long over the green. It's just a really tough up and down back there. This is going to maybe stop. Wow.
Probably earlier in the day it would have kept going.
Right. It would have kept going. There's no doubt about it.
Michael Thorbjornsen 1 over today.
Yeah, coming in very high from 150 yards, holding the pose.
Trying to sweep a draw in there. Okay,
that's
stay
all right.
on
that level. Yeah,
that's okay. Hung it out to the right, but at least he's on the top.
I feel like it might be a hair jumpy out of this lie.
Little bit.
So I think I hit a full wedge at my first ball.
Yeah, that's 40. Even if it's jump.
Still probably not. Maybe go over, but
I agree. I agree. I like
Head
that
coach
Phil.
Michael Beard there.
Just like that last swing right there, 140 shot, okay?
Okay.
They're choosing a pitching wedge here. It's a club, even though it flies here. They don't think they can put it over the green, Kurt. 152 yards.
Yeah, even if they were saying, even if it goes over, it won't be by much.
Get lucky.
Oh boy, he got lucky. That ball was headed out of bounds until it hit into the slope up there. That was a big flyer, and it's slightly pulled.
Carl Phillips.
Ball just below his feet here, 134 yards. Aiming out to the right, trying to work this ball in from right to left. Flights it down, trying to take some of the spin off.
Settle.
Wow.
Okay. Took a pretty big first bounce, but he's in good shape. His left wrist at the top of his backswing reminds me of John Rahm just a little bit.
Up at 18. Washington's Peter Herby for birdie.
Just trying to trickle something down there close and get out with his 3, which he does very nicely.
Well judged there. Let's see if Jan Snyder can figure out this par putt at 18.
Walking it in, and it didn't happen.
Kurt, that's the first one that we've seen miss to the right. Snyder with an even 70. All right, Billy Ray, take us through Highsmith's third here at 16.
Well, you got a fortunate break, as Kurt said, for this ball to stay in bounds, but it's coming off the downslope. But I think it's dual because it's right of the flag. It's giving him just a little bit more room to work with it in this green. It's not that easy, but it's definitely easier to keep it on that top level here.
We hit a beauty too.
Very nicely done.
On the safe side, but a beauty.
Yep.
He gets 6-8 feet past the hole with any momentum at all, and it's gone.
Down low after there.
Michael Thorbjornsen.
You know, he'll be next to putt. And Kurt, we saw yesterday afternoon a couple of those shots, just like the shot that we saw at William Mao. Late in the afternoon, the greens gathered just a bit of moisture, and it slows up just a bit. And I got to expect here that Thorbjornsen's putt, it's going to be tough to read that. I expect this to come up actually, you know, short of the hole, 3 or 4 feet here. It's really a tough read.
Kurt, remember yesterday late in the day at 16, even though different hole location, we saw a lot of putts left short.
We did. The group's just in front of these guys, though. We saw a few guys run it 3-4 feet by pretty easily, so we'll see.
Up 1-17, R.J. Mankey, his second. Good angle, Kurt, even though it's out of the rough.
Maybe able to land this on the front and tumble it up there. Looked like he was trying to keep it low, too. I'm wondering if he didn't have some branches up above that were a problem there.
Carl Phillips checking the line on his birdie putt at 16.
Well, he got a really good indication of the little pitch shot from Highsmith as that ball came up short, and his teammate Thorbjornsen, how that ball came up short. I think he'll give this one a much better run, even though he's coming from the very, very back side of the green here.
Dead in.
Man,
he's got the best round of the day going.
Yeah, really great touch there.
Fagler second at 17.
Stay up.
I'd listened.
Noah Woolsey on the tee at 18.
Oh, I came out of it. Nope.
And it's short right there in the rough, so that won't be an easy pitch shot from there. He's going to have to deal with a lot of slope, sort of that false front between him and the hole.
Now just tapping in for his bogey 3-putt. Saw his second shot not make it up the slope. 3-putt from that. We've seen that quite often from that section of the green. Now Highsmith. This just say par.
Yeah.
Got a very good, really good read from Phillips.
Pretty impressive stat right there. Only player on the golf course or even finished that's bogey free. So
But does that fall under the graphic announcer curse?
yeah, well, nice save.
Fantastic. Kurt, the only putt that I've seen him miss today on this inward half is the short birdie putt at 11.
Yep.
All the putts that are makeable, he has struck it nicely.
Got the second best round of the day going.
His teammate from Pepperdine, R.J. Mankey's third at 17. Awfully well done there. Should be able to escape with his 4.
Michael Thorbjornsen has this left for his par at 16.
Yeah, bringing in assistant coach Cole Buck, help him with the read here.
So a bogey for Thorbjornsen at 16 as it claims another victory. Carson Lundell 4 under today, a 66. He's at 6 under. He has a 4-shot lead at the Western Intercollegiate. And on March the 19th, we unexpectedly lost a beloved friend and colleague, Neil Patagno, who passed away suddenly, the driving force behind the promotional look of our college golf coverage. Our condolences to his wife Carolyn and daughter Noelle. All of us here at Golf Channel send our deepest sympathies. The Fred Haskins Award, presented by Stiefel, is awarded annually to the most outstanding male collegiate golfer, as voted on by collegiate golfers, coaches, and members of the golf media. Dylan Menante from Pepperdine is one to watch. He's getting set for his second at 16. 3 under on his round today.
Extremely quick player. See if he can get this wedge shot correct, get it on top and not over. Oh man.
Up at 17 on the green, Clay Fagler from Pepperdine. This for birdie for the senior. He will remain at 2 over par. Now to the tee at 17 with Highsmith.
And he starts this up the right-hand side, hitting this low-burning cut. This is a good-looking drive here.
Nicely played there by Highsmith. Should set up a relatively easy second out of the green. Mankey short one for par. He was consistent with that flag stick. I can't get used to it on those 2, 3, 4 footers.
Second shot for Noah Woolsey at 18.
Maybe going to try to use the slope. This should funnel back to the hole. That's great. What a great shot. Had to get a little creative. Got it high enough on that slope on the backside to get it all the way back down to the hole. That's a great shot.
It's pretty awesome. Now up at 16, Dylan Menanti ready to play. So he'll have that left for his par. He wants to go and finish out. Lanny Watkins called and said, slow down. Pepperdine in front on the team board here, the 74th Western Intercollegiate.
We're back at 17. Second shot for Pepperdine's Joe Highsmith.
Yeah, just 68 yards. This green slopes hard from left to right. Playing a little low draw in here.
About that one.
Oh, man. He reached in his bag and played a shot there. Low cut off the tee, a little low draw with the second. That was really cool.
How about this high school team back in Lakewood, Washington? Joe Highsmith and R.J. Mankey on that same squad. Probably not a surprise to see a trophy in hand with those two involved. They're continuing those winning ways at Pepperdine together. Now Phillips at 17.
Yeah, just a short little pitch. Coming back up the hill. Taking it to the left. Trying to utilize the slope of the green here.
Dylan Menanti for his par at 16. Pepperdine's Clay Fagler on the tee at 18. Top Tracer technology powered by Top Golf.
A little left of it. Needs some help from some slope. And he just stay up. He's just going to miss the slope over there that he needed. Another sort of a false front just left of that hole. Pretty severely uphill for that second shot of his.
Stanford's Henry Shimp on the tee. With that front hole location there, Kurt.
There's a great look at it right there. You can see the knob right there where the sprinkler head is on the front edge. You just don't want to come up short here. This is an 8-iron. He held that club up. This is going to be a solid, good 8-iron for him.
Well, all the cars left have been safe today.
Yeah. That was a full bore 8 for Shimp and a good one.
Tee at 17. Our first look at Stanford's Barclay Brown. Here at the par 4.
I think once it slows down, it's really going to flat.
One should just hang in on the right-hand side of the fairway.
R.J. Mankey on the tee at 18. 4 off the lead.
This may stay up there. There's a flat spot right there. You can see the difference in color right there. That dark green spot's a flat spot in the back. So a little unlucky not to get the slope.
Yeah, that'll be some putt.
Yeah.
Back at 17, Carl Phillips for yet another birdie putt. Billy Ray would send him to 6 under on the day.
Well, it's one of those putts here that if it goes in, it'll be the last couple of rolls. He's got to be putting defensively here, and this one can get away from you pretty quick. With that being said, his speed control throughout the afternoon has been spot on. How about that?
What a round this guy's having. That gets him to 6 under today.
Perfect pace on that. Wow.
7th birdie of the round for the Stanford freshman. Now 3 under, solo second, 3 back. Menanti on the tee. Oh, watch out down there.
Heads up.
Oh, there's a deer.
There's a deer out there.
You almost hit the deer.
Yes, it was a deer, and the deer was patient. Take a look at Dylan and his success at Pepperdine, and a couple of first place finishes. Lost in a playoff just a couple of weeks ago. Then they're at Augusta, but sort of a fixture, Kurt. Seemingly every time out, this guy's on the first, second page of the leaderboard.
You go back to that 2020 Merido Collegiate Invite. That's a heck of a field that they get at that tournament. So that was a good finish, even though he didn't win there.
One of the leaders for Pepperdine now, Thor Bjornsson for birdie at 17.
Yeah, another freshman here. Future looks bright for Stanford right now. This is just down the hill and just jars that one as well. What touch.
Well, as far as they hit it down there, Kurt, they were flipping little wedges from 50, 60 yards away.
Taking advantage of a hole. Very, very few holes out here you feel like you can do that on, but 17's one of them.
Thinking 20, 30 years ago, if you got one to the road, it was a pretty good pop.
Pretty sure Aaron Oberholzer wasn't getting it to the road back in the day.
I'm awaiting the text.
Ty Smith for birdie.
Missed opportunity there. Highsmith's 4 under on his round this afternoon.
You know, missed another short one there. We talked about it just on the previous hole where you made that nice save for par. Missed a short one at 11, now here at 17.
But still bogey free, the only player in round 2 to be bogey free. He'll head to 18, looking to continue that trend, and he's in the mix for an individual title as well. 3 Pepperdine Waves there inside the top 5, all trying to catch Carson Lundell from BYU. Just a couple of groups remaining on the golf course. We will finish them up here on a Tuesday at Pasatiempo. Team title up for grabs, Pepperdine. They're 6 clear of Washington.
That way.
R.J. Menke of Pepperdine has a birdie putt from the back part of the green.
Going to have this mark moved out of his way there.
Thanks.
It'll be a challenge putting off of that flat spot in the back of the green, and about 90% of this putt is downhill and quick.
So he'll have a tough putt for par.
Second on the way at 17 from Menanti.
Well, it's time to take a look at the best moments of the day, brought to you by Topgolf. BYU's Carson Henry Schimpf for birdie at 18.
Stanford down by 6 right now. Good putt there for Schimpf, but you got to keep in mind that counting 5 scores out of 6 players this week, things can really change in a hurry. So just because Pepperdine has a 6-shot lead right now, you know, just a 3-4 hole stretch tomorrow, that could change.
Yeah, just a couple of birdie bogey swings. Normally it's, you know, play 5, count 4. A couple of those, you can make up 4 6 strokes in a hurry. Menanti wasting a little time at 17. You know, that's a key point you hit on, Kurt, for those maybe watching college golf for the first time and they tune in and they see someone with a 6, 8, 10-shot lead. Really, you know, divided by 5, and that's truly what the lead is when you consider what's counting moving forward.
Yep.
Now Mankey for his par at 18. Kurt, we've seen so many players play the right to left break, but then expecting it then feed back to the right and it stays left.
Putting downhill on Poana when they're this quick, it's just really tough because you have to hit it so softly and it starts to wobble when it dies and it loses speed, and it's hard to keep it on line.
Wow.
Good putt.
Great par for R.J. Mankey at 18. Even par 70 today. Leaves him at 2 under, 4 off the lead. Clay Fagler has a putt for par.
Came up just short of the green. You can see his golf bag down there, so pretty nice play up to here.
He shoots at even par 70.
That went in with some
Gusto?
speed. Very confident.
Thanks, guys.
So the second to last group waits on the tee.
5 yards shorter or 5 yards longer?
Seven. I think that's the best. I think you just got to trust him over there on the left when it comes back. Okay.
And there's been a lot of deliberation here. What club to play? Phelps was between 7 and 8. He's chosen 7-iron here. Wind has switched a little bit. It's actually from the left now.
Only 4 players have made birdie on this hole all day long. It's the 3rd hardest hole on the golf course.
Trying to bring this in from the left. It's not coming back, Kurt.
Better be up. Not by much. Just got over the penalty area.
Stanford, the defending champion of the Western Intercollegiate. Conrad Ray in his 17th year as the head coach. The school has won 9 national championships, the defending national champs. And this young squad ready to make another run. Michael Thorbjornsen made birdie here yesterday as we were coming on the air.
Had control swing there with the 7-iron, losing this out to the right.
That's not too bad, man.
I love that. I'm back.
Now William Mao of Pepperdine.
You know, he's chosen the 8-iron, so he's going to take a little bit more direct line at the flag, a lot more hit at the impact zone. Big swing there.
Trying to play the soft cut in there. Good shot. If it stays, there's some slope right there. That's the false edge over there, the false front. A little unlucky. That was close to being a really good shot.
Mao is not a counting score for Pepperdine today.
Maybe like a 68. Just look at it.
Joe Highsmith 4 under today. Only player in the field bogey free today.
Oh, definitely 8. So have a chip cut at it.
Pepperdine started the day 4 shots behind Washington, and without Mao, they vaulted into the top spot.
Also an 8-iron for Highsmith, coming in very high as well, just past the flag.
So Highsmith will have a tricky birdie putt at the closing hole. Pepperdine with a 6-shot lead in the team competition here in the 74th edition of the Western Intercollegiate. Look at the 18th green. Kurt, you stand on the tee. You've got the downhill tee shot. It's not that long a hole, but it is just so difficult.
You have to be so precise with that iron shot going down this hill, and the shot that Phillips has over there, left of the green, is just brutal. How tough that one's going to be. Mao, short right, he's got a tough shot. Plus when you're above the hole trying to putt it down there close, it's tough from there as well. We haven't gotten an indication of who is going to go here. It sort of looks like Mao's ready to go. He's short right down there trying to pitch up the hill. Phillips looks like he's ready to go, so we're totally confused here.
Looks like Carl Phillips is going to go.
Yeah, boy, this has got to come out soft, and it's going to take right off down this slope. Going to play more out to the left.
Freshman is 6 under today.
This is going to end up off the green, I think. Going to catch this false edge there.
It wasn't high enough.
Nope. That'll end up in the rough. It's pretty severely uphill from there as well. Didn't quite catch it how he wanted to. Not cleanly. He knew right away that wasn't going to be any good. The Mao is going to have to bounce it into the slope. Hopefully it checks around the hole. There you go.
Nicely done.
Yeah, well done. Well, you never know. They may need him tomorrow. He's not having a good day today, but you got to keep the good attitude going, because Pepperdine may need Mao tomorrow. The guy who was, as a freshman, first team All-America. So they'll be counting on him to come back strong.
Michael Thorbjornsen has a long birdie putt on the right part of the green.
I think he's going to go next. Sometimes it's hard to tell in college golf. You guys have been talking about it a little bit today, but they don't necessarily play in order. They don't recognize honors off the next tee, that type of thing. Whoever's ready to play, they head to the next tee, and as soon as the players they're playing with putt out, they'll tee off. See if Thorbjornsen has this right. Playing a ton of right to left break, which is good. Yeah, he and his coach got that one right.
Wow. Great try. by Michael there. There's a lot to deal with. Joe Highsmith of Pepperdine has this putt for birdie.
Again, the only bogey-free player today. The heck of a round of golf that he's played.
So he'll have that left for a bogey-free 66 as par 70. It'll keep him within 4. Phillips, who's 6 under on his round today, has this for par.
See how it came out of the rough. Pretty darn good. That was not bad at all.
Mao finishes up his par. Disappointing day though for William Mao. 6 over 76. Phillips with a bogey. 7 birdies today against 2 bogeys. Still the best round today on the golf course. A 5 under 65 will leave him 4 off the lead of Carson Lundell. Right now with that bogey, Washington would be in the last group tomorrow. Barkley Brown and Ethan Ing of Stanford, their scores do count as they wait on the tee at 18. Be a heck of a 2-putt here, Kurt.
Sure would. He ought to be able to handle this one. His coach got together and made a nice read there.
One over par 71 today. Thorbjornsen at 2 over.
Going to see a lot of those 2 over the course of the next couple years. Good 2-putt there by Joe Highsmith, and I mean, what a round that was.
Yeah, I mean to play Pasatiempo and to deal with these greens and everything else, to play bogey free is pretty impressive for Highsmith.
I mean, you always look back and say coulda, shoulda, but you know he missed a short one at 11 and a short one at 17 as well.
Joey Versic on the tee at 18.
Long wait for this final grouping here at 18. Going with an 8-iron is Joey.
Needs to cut up.
Yeah, needs to get up 2 as well, I believe.
Oh man, that is so much better than where Phillips just tried to get up and down from. So much better. At least he's got a chance from there.
You know, we talked about all the great work that Conrad Ray has done as the head coach of the Stanford Cardinal. Cole Buck in his first year as an assistant.
What do you think?
Been walking and been present throughout the course of the day, and Stanford, let's see if they can get that second spot. Ethan Ing on the tee. 5 over on his round today.
Eight iron for Ing. This one left as well.
This is going to come back. I'm not sure it'll get all the way down there because there's a flat spot right there where that dark green is now.
Would have been great yesterday. Dylan Menanti of Pepperdine, wasting no time.
Yeah, playing pretty quickly here. Pulls a trigger. Pretty good line here. Should take some of that slope here. Good shot.
Barkley Brown, last to play on the tee.
Club of choice here, 8 iron. Trying to bring this ball in from the right. Pretty good line here.
Gary, thank you. Sorry.
Stanford right now in the 3rd spot. Back at the Western Intercollegiate, Ethan Ing with a lengthy birdie putt. Head coach Conrad Ray out there with him. Ethan Ing, a standout swimmer prior to his golf days at Stanford from the Packer Collegiate Institute.
Conrad Ray in there trying to help Ing here get some idea what this does.
Yeah, they're trying to putt to a spot here. Coach Conrad Ray went to a spot about halfway between where Ing's putt is and the hole, and trying to get him to a point to where the ball will die in that section, then gather some speed.
You got this.
Just gets it started. There's the crest there. Should gather speed now.
This better settle down or it's off the green. It's gone.
Yep.
And into a divot. Another look. He hit it way too hard.
How about Joey Verse's aim here?
Yeah, he was actually facing the hole.
He wanted nothing to do with that false front there, just left of the hole.
Yeah, it's pretty good there.
Pretty well done. Versic has been playing really well for him. He actually leads the team in scoring average right now, 69.9. played some good golf. Scoring averages for the Pepperdine squad here. Keep in mind they have a couple more players here that could be on this team come national championship time.
Certainly could be in the starting five for a lot of other teams around the country as well.
Yep.
So Billy Ray, is he going to play it past the hole?
You know, he has options here. You know, he's looking straight forward like he's going to bump it into that crest. It's actually a very risky shot. If he doesn't get it up there, it's coming right back to him.
Yeah, we've seen players try to be perfect, just bump it in and settle around the hole. We've seen players try to go long like this and use the slope. That's a safer play. Well done.
That's well thought out.
So he'll have that left for his bogey.
You know where he learned that shot at, don't you, boys? The Packer interested.
Dylan Benanti for his birdie. Well judged. So Benanti, good day today. 3 under 67. We'll start tomorrow 5 off the lead of Carson Lundell. Coming up next, it's Golf Central presented by Callaway. And then tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern, final round action at the Western Intercollegiate presented by Titleist and Topgolf. Barkley Brown will have that left for his par. Joey Versich has this for his par. Had to get creative with the first putt.
He sure did. You see that a lot. That Pasatiempo having to get creative on approach shots, pitch shots, putting.
Washington will be in that last group with Pepperdine. Stanford in the second to last group with BYU. Brown with his par. 1 under 69 today. Ethan Ing with bogey. And shoots 76 today. Carson Lundell, he set the mark with that 4 under 66 today, posted 6 under. He will start the final round with a 4-shot lead over R.J. Mankey, Carl Phillips, and Joe Highsmith. Trying to join an illustrious list of past individual champions like Ken Venturi, Johnny Miller, Peter Jacobson, Bobby Clampett, Mark O'Meara, Aaron Oberholzer, Patrick Rogers, Scotty Scheffler, and Pepperdine. Started today in 3rd place, and now they sit atop the leaderboard at +2, trying to win the Western Intercollegiate. Golf course was difficult. What a day for Carl Phillips. 7 birdies in shooting that 65. Joe Highsmith, the only player in the field that went bogey free. For our entire crew, Bob Papa saying so long from the Western Intercollegiate.